A new warning tonight from the American justice system that distracted drivers will be treated as criminals. A landmark verdict in Massachusetts today convicted a driver of vehicular homicide, and his crime was blamed on texting while driving. The significance reaches far beyond this one case.
The problem of distracted drivers. We're not talking about eating a burger or making a cell phone call when behind the wheel. Police say it's hard to believe what people will do while driving. And the question is, should some of these things be criminal?
Welcome to the only show that was created to help keep you alive behind the wheel. I'm your host, Howard Drescher, the creator of Distracteddriversbusted.com and now this podcast. I created a reality TV show that puts victim and perpetrator together for a better understanding and time for healing and forgiveness. You can always follow us on Facebook at DistractedDriversBusted.com. That's DistractedDriversBusted.com. And, of course, on Twitter at DistracteddbTV. It's sad to say, but it's true. By the time you get done listening to this show, someone is going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get into a crash. And somebody is going to get involved in a serious accident. Somebody's going to be injured, and somebody's going to be killed, if not the distracted driver themselves. And it's all for what? Now, my next guest, I have to tell you, is probably a lady that you have heard before if you lived in Southern California, say about 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago. Maybe, I'm guessing.
Well, I was on the air up until last year at KFWB, maybe not doing traffic, but...
Or if you find out, if you've listened to other stations like KFWB. My next guest is Lisa Osborn, a former traffic reporter.
Yeah.
In several markets, over at least 5 different cities. And, of course, she is the creator of Traffic411.com. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Howard. I didn't mean to jump in there on your intro. I just didn't want I didn't want it to sound like my career was all washed up or anything.
No, it's not washed up, but I know that for the people like myself, I grew up in upstate New York, and when I moved out here, I wasn't really privy to a lot of the radio stations. You know, you find one that you kind of liked, and it may not have been the one that you were reporting on. So by the time I found my stations, probably majority of the reports, I couldn't tell who they were because sometimes, as you know, they go on different stations, but they end up with a different name, but they have the same voice as somebody else over here. And I go, is that the same person? So I got confused.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I was a traffic reporter. I started anchoring news in Los Angeles, and then I learned traffic. So I have done traffic reports on a number of stations. And I also, in fact, I'm fascinated with traffic. I'm a native Southern Californian, and from the time I was 16, I had a job where I would drive around the Inland Empire, Riverside, Orange County, up to Los Angeles. So I'm fascinated with driving and being in my car. So when I became a traffic reporter, when the internet first kind of came along, I created a site called Traffic411.com, and it was one of the first websites to offer real-time traffic information where you have the maps and that shows the travel speeds, and now it's pretty common. So now today Traffic411 has transitioned from doing the maps to being a traffic blog for things to do and places to see in and around Southern California. So you can check it out for that.
And of course her Twitter, that's her Twitter. And of course you can always follow her on Facebook at www.lisa.fm. We'll find out what we're doing next week. Hopefully we'll have a very good guest. And if not, I'm hoping to get some good stories out there for you. Let's think about it, guys. Be safe.